My name is Mike. I'm the exercise supervisor here at Piper's Alley. I'm here with Nate today. Say hello, Nate.
What up?
So we're going to go back to full body fundamentals. So here at Piper's, we have 6, 6, and 6 that we can do with the treadmills and the rowers. Every gym's going to be a little bit different, but the way we're going to start off is the most athletic is going to start off on the rowers, because at the end they're going to hit the treadmills and they're already dead. So if you're not, you have people in the class that aren't necessarily as in shape, you may want to start off on the treadmills. So we're going to take it straight over to the rowers to start off. Rowing section. The rows are always going to be for 2 minutes. If you want to drag it out a little longer, you can go 3 minutes, but for the information, we're going to be at 2. First thing that we're doing is we're going to start off with 20 normal rows. Everyone needs to be warmed up, so make sure no impact. They get warmed up for about 2-3 minutes before we get into whatever we're doing. So start off with a rower. We're doing normal rows. Straight out, straight back. Remember, with the rows, you want them powerful, not necessarily fast. The next thing that we do, we go straight into abs. Straight on down, we are going to do 20 slow and controlled bicycles. I do not want anyone yanking up. Slow and controlled. Squeeze those out. 20 should be difficult. Everything that we do is going to be in a tempo for this workout. Nothing is fast until you're on the treadmills. That's when we speed it up. Next thing we do, we go back onto the rowers. Again, we're going to keep this in 2 minutes, but if we want to go a little longer, the coach can split it up for 3 minutes total. So a minute 30, or a minute, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're going to scoop this seat all the way back. We're going to squat down. As we squat, we're going to get the butt down. We're going to stand up, row. One arm, back down. Row one arm. Switch off arms. If you have clients that can't do that, go to double arm, go back to seated. That's completely okay. Next thing, we're going to go back to the mats. We're going to go for oblique twists. These, again, are going to be slow and controlled. These are 40 total, 20 on each side. I don't want the weight super heavy, nor do you. Clients really need to get that core burn. 1, 2, really twist those obliques. Keep those feet up. 40 total. Right back on the rowers. It's listed as underhand grip, but what I want the coach to do is give it its own style. If the clients want to go a little side to side, that's okay. But as what you're going to see, it's going to say underhand grip. You're doing underhand grip with them. I want to make sure you're not overextending the back, because you're going to have a lot of bend on the lower lumbar. Okay, next thing we're going to do is coming in the strength. Don't mind me, I don't want to kill myself.
Don't mind Timmy, he's just tying his shoes.
Okay, we're going to come straight into strength. Everything that we do over here is going to be for 12 reps. We're going to make it really simple, because I want the coaches watching the form of every movement. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to come in to a Sumo deadlift. If the clients want to grab 2 weights and come on their shoulders, go more to a squat, that is okay. We're going for the motion. So what I want to sink that butt back, almost all the way down. 1, do not lock the knees to get tension on the quads. Back down again. Keep everything tight in the front and back with the core. Next thing that we go into is shoulder thrust with a slight bend in the knees. The reason I say that, I always like to activate those quads and the glutes a little more. So what we're going to be doing is a little bit of a bend. Keep that core tight. 1, 2, just like that. All the way for 12, like I said. The next thing that we go into is TRX rows. Everything we do on the strength side is going to either incorporate lower to upper to draw the blood. It's more of an exit style to keep the heart rate up. Next thing we're going to do, slow and controlled rows. You can rotate the wrist in wherever the wrist sit more naturally. Do solid plank. 1, 1. Slow and controlled. Next thing, if a client wants to make it a little more difficult, they can do push-ups on the TRX. They can go down to their knees so they can do normal push-ups. The key though is I want to make sure they're activating their chest. So they're opening up, drawing the elbows away, drawing the elbows in. You're really activating the chest endings. That's the whole point. Next thing we're going into are our lunges. Straight down. Now, a lot of people actually don't need to use weight on this because I would rather it be with form. But if you want to add weight, grab 2 dumbbells. Straight down. 1, 2. They're going to stay stationary. Do not fully lock out that leg and keep them slow. Then you reverse for 12 on the other leg. Next thing that we do is a lot of people have issues putting weights above, so the overhead press can be substituted for this. With the first one, it's going to be 1, 1. That's 1 whole rep right there. 2, 2. You want to make it a little more difficult, have them have a 2-second hold at the top. Next thing we go into, bis and tris. You can reverse this depending on your TRX straps. You can run this workout backwards or whatever way. I just want, if you're going from legs, you go to shoulders. If you're doing bis, you go to tris. So you're drawing with what? So, biceps. Those elbows up, squeeze, in, release.
Pony mouse in this ball. Pony mouse in this ball.
All the way back out. There we go. Okay, that's the strength circuit in a nutshell. You got your core over from the rower. You got your strength over here. Everything needs to be done with form or there's no point of back to fundamental movements. If it's too easy, increase the weight. Don't necessarily crank out more or do them sloppy. I need the coaches really focusing on form here. Next thing we do is we're going to go into the treadmills. The treadmills, we're going to do more of a HIIT style on this. So let's say we're going to stay on incline 0 for this. Or if you want to be at incline 5, you're just going to hold it the same way throughout the entire circuit. It's going to be in 2-minute intervals. I would like to see 60 and 60, meaning they're going to be for a 60-second sprint, 60-second rest. 60-second sprint, 60-second rest. The entire time. Every single time you do a 2-minute circuit, I want them to crank their speed up a little bit, 0.1, 0.2 miles an hour, make it a little more difficult. Really hit that blood sugar and take it down. Now let's say you have clients here that can't do that. They only can run for 30 seconds, that's okay. They rest for 1:30. But I want to keep everyone on those 2 minutes. And I really want people to push. Now, at the end, if you want to put your own little finisher and then increase the incline, that's okay. I just want the treadmills to be the true struggle point. You start off with the rowers, they're going to have hard times, so I want you to make sure they're not collapsing, the knees, they're still running properly. We don't want anyone to get hurt. Okay, thank you for listening. I know that everyone's going to love this and have fun with it, and take it easy, you guys.